Good morning, Ladon, and good morning, Bahamas. It's a cool Monday, and I'm all prepared for it. I'm coming to you live from the Super Fusion Complex, actually Gladstone Road, and I'm standing in front of the Fusion IMAX Theater. It's a beautiful Monday. Glad that you can join us. Joining me on the broadcast is Sergeant Jerron Thompson from the Royal Bahamas Police Force Traffic Division. So glad that you can join us this morning, and how are you doing?
Good morning to you. Good morning, Bahamas. I'm great.
Let's talk about the rules of the road. There have been several accidents for the weekend already. Let's talk about the rules of the road and how important it is for motorists to adhere to some of these codes.
It is important for motorists to adhere to these codes because we are having a very large volume of traffic crashes. Just for the weekend period, the 72-hour period, we had a total of 80 crashes. 20 of those involved injuries and 6 hit-and-run accidents. So we need persons to adhere to the rules and the regulations because once you drive within the rules and the regulations, that should keep you safe, keep you from crashes. We have about 15 hospitalized victims. These persons have serious conditions. Some of these persons are in critical conditions. A number of them are in ICU. And according to our investigations, about 70% of those persons, they were involved in these crashes because of cell phone use. And that is something that we are seeing a high volume of persons that we're now reporting on a daily basis for the use of cell phones. Sometimes when I'm in my private vehicle, I notice a lot of persons on their cell phone. It's like a drug. And when you look at it, most of these messages or who they're talking to, these are not important things. And if we advise persons that if you have to use a cell phone, please pull to the side of the road and make use of your cell phone. And then once you're done, come on the road and put your cell phone down. Don't have it on your shoulder, don't have it on your thigh, because you'll be tempted to answer that cell phone.
Now, tell our audience, because I understand that the several officers from the traffic division, they're going to be posted at strategic locations to ensure that persons adhere to the seatbelt laws and the laws of the road.
Yes, from the past 2 weeks, we've been dealing with our high visibility patrols, where we have officers posted in strategic areas where we know a high volume of traffic that comes through a certain thoroughfare. We are in those areas. We know the kind of offenses that we're looking for, like especially in this Gladstone Road area. You'll notice that persons are overtaking long lines of traffic, trying to get to work, but you can't compensate time for recklessness, doing recklessness. You have to try to get out to work within a reasonable time. But we ask persons to, if you try to get out at 7:30, try getting out at 7:15, and then you'll see the difference, where you don't have to drive as aggressive as you would normally do to try to get to work. Because once you start this aggressive driving, we're going to be out there, we're going to report you, and especially with the cell phone use, we're going to report a lot of persons. A lot of persons don't like it. We've been getting a lot of calls concerning the high price for the cell phone use, which is $500. And we need to keep it like that. We need to keep reporting persons so they can get the message and not use their cell phones while they're driving.
All right, you heard it from Sergeant Jerron Thompson from the Royal Bahamas Police Force Traffic Division. And as he indicated and said earlier, the traffic officers are going to be posted at strategic points around the city. So be careful, obey the rules of the road. I'm standing here in front of the Fusion Superplex, Gladstone Road. This is considered a major thoroughfare. So you want to be careful. You want to obey the rules of the road. It's very, very important. Thank you so much for joining me. And Ladon, back to you in the studio.